Welcome to Gold Derby. I'm senior editor Denton Davidson here with the runner-up of MasterChef 13, Kennedy from Denver, Colorado, who made it all the way to the finale of United Tastes of America representing the West this season. Kennedy, beautiful plates you were putting out. I love the rabbit entree. It looked like art on a plate. Nobody had done rabbit in the finale before. Your appetizer is a painting. Your dessert was the struggle here. What were your thoughts as you waited for the judges to sort of deliberate after you had finished everything? Like, what was going through your mind?
Oof. I definitely knew that I kind of dropped the ball on the dessert, which was such a disappointment because I had like huge expectations, I guess, for my dessert necessarily. When it comes to like the finale, you have a story, right? And you want it to like play out the way you wanted to play. And so basically, I mean, like with my appetizer, it was very feminine and my entree was very masculine. And I really wanted my dessert to come out as like at the end of the night, we all look like at the same stars and like the same universe. So that kind of hurt my heart a little bit that it didn't go the way that I wanted it to, but
When they announced Grant as the winner, how difficult is that to take in the moment? Because your sister's there, your friends are there, and this is a huge celebration happening around you, and you've just sort of dealt with this loss. I mean, that had to just sort of hurt a little bit to be there in that moment.
honestly, I would say the exact opposite.
Really?
Grant is absolutely one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. He highly deserved it. He's so gracious and I mean, even like Gordon A-lined it right up to me. It was like, Kennedy, you're gold. You have nothing to worry about. Like, at the end of the day, like you're gonna be in the scene. And like I'll he gave me his personal phone number then and there, and I was like, all right. And also Grant and I we made a bet that if I won, I'd give him 5 grand, and if he won, like he give me 5 grand either way. So I think at the end of the day, like I'm happy no matter what, you know.
Have you used that phone number yet? What does Gordon text?
I actually have, which is so funny. I kind of roasted myself because I mean that's the kind of relationship I have with Gordon. So I texted Gordon. Obviously, thinking about what you're gonna text Gordon Ramsay is a little bit stressful. So I decided to go with it with a little like hilarity. I said, it's Kennedy, here's my number, just reaching out if you want to come up and come to my cake pop-up because my cake sucked. Um, I said, if you ever want to come to one of my cake pop-ups, thanks for everything. And he said, you're so hilarious. Get some rest. I'll be here if you need anything at all. Just I'm a text or a call away.
Wow. Well, you had an incredibly consistent season, and you always had that big target on your back. Gordon even pointed that out on at least one episode. Um, you were rarely at the bottom, sort of twice, never really in danger of going home in my eyes. So heading into the finale, you had to feel pretty good about what you accomplished this season.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it took me completely by surprise because I was just honestly just cooking from the heart and then like just from experiences that I have, like from my mom, my family, like just restaurants that I enjoy. And I like I I feel like the way that they were like comprehended and like the joy that they got, just like it just blew me away and it made me just feel like I deserved to be there and like I was definitely the chef that they wanted me to be. So, and that I am. So,
And you seemed to remain calm, cool, and collected the whole time. I've spoke to everyone that's gone home so far, and even some of them, like Reagan, during that Hell's Kitchen episode, she was like, "Thank God Kennedy was there to sort of cool the storm." Is that just your personality, or was there parts of you inside that were not showing on the outside that we didn't see, or is that just how you are?
I love that you asked that question. I was just talking about this with my best friend. So on the Hell's Kitchen episode, they call me the Ice Queen, right? And they're like, "Oh, we like you don't let anything phase you or whatever," and like this and that. And I feel like that side of me like is almost as like a different side of me because when I cook, I'm so focused and I'm so like in the zone or whatever. But like if you were to know who I am outside of it, and I'm kind of disappointed that there weren't more like personable like interviews throughout the seasons, because I had so many good one-liners that were cut that were cut from the season. And I'm definitely, I don't know, I'm just a dork, and I'm just like, I do have a lot to say, and I don't know, I'm not that quiet kind of like person, but like throughout the season I definitely see how they portrayed me like that. And I mean, it is what it is. Like if you want me to be the ice queen, I'll be the ice queen. So
When you look back at the season as a whole, what was the most difficult challenge? Like what stressed you out the most?
ooh, that is a great question. I feel like what really, really stressed me out the most was the grill one. The one that when I was on the bottom. That was like, I just thought of my time of the month, and I was grouchy, and I was like, it was just like so many things going on, and I was hungover because the night before it was like one of our the like coworkers' birthdays, and I was like, oh God, I'm going home today. Like I just felt it, which I was very, very stressed out about that. And I feel like I was definitely off my game during that episode for sure.
Well, let's go back to the beginning. When you walked into the MasterChef kitchen the first time, what was it like seeing this the set, meeting the judges the first time, and then ultimately winning that white apron?
Um, it was just surreal. I feel like a lot of people were like definitely over the top, like crazy fanatic, crazy blah, 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 like fangirly kind of thing. And I'm just like, I mean, I've lived in LA for 6 years. I met a lot of really super cool people. And then like in my mentality, it's just like they're just humans just like us. I mean, with better palates, obviously. But I was just really excited, mainly to just meet other people who are like-minded like me, and to like knew exactly what they're like wanted to do and their goals, and like what they wanted to execute. And like walking into the room and like getting that apron, especially handed to me specifically from Joe, who is the hardest of the hard of the hard kind of person. It definitely was an emotional, and I would, I don't know, I don't, you really just cannot explain that moment until you're there. It's just like, it's like chills down your back, like you did it, like you made it, and it was amazing.
And you talk about like-minded people. I mean, what was it like? Everyone I've talked to said like everyone that the home cooks on this season have become really good friends. And what did you think about that regional twist that sort of put you on teams and meeting people from all over the country that maybe, maybe you never would have been friends with Grant from Altoona, Iowa without this experience, like, or meeting people that like from all over the country that you would have never come across, perhaps in
Right.
Colorado.
Oh God. I mean, they definitely made comments a lot of times during the season. They're like, okay, you guys like each other too much. Like, this is a competition, y'all. Stop, stop being besties out here. And we're like, we can't help it. Like, we just love each other so much. And like, I think it was amazing. I love the idea of us, like the West, having the West. Like my West team, we were so tight because we're so differently unique, and like different and crazy. And like, I feel like the West definitely, even just like the West in general, just like we're all kind of like weirdos, and we're all just like kind of like out like outcasts, and like we live our life the way we want. And so like just getting the chance to get really close. And then obviously Colby from the South was my main man's. I loved him so much, and like getting to know everyone else from the South. And it's just like, it's being in a situation that's so uncomfortable, like you have no other choice than to like just kind of like let loose and like just be who you are. So
And the West region is just so vast and big. It's not really the same as, or I don't think of it really the same. Like I can think of specific Southern cooking when I think of Southern cuisine, but when you have someone from Hawaii And
Yeah.
someone from Alaska or Denver, it's very, I mean, the regions are West, but they're very different regions of the West.
Exactly, and I kind of feel like I got like maybe like the downer part of that situation because like yeah, when you think of Hawaii, you think of like tropical and like Alaska, it's like salmon and like Portland, it's like mushrooms and stuff, and then you think of Colorado and you're like, what, a deer? You know what I mean? Like you think it like you have to get really creative and I'm so thankful that I'm born and raised from here and I know like a lot of different things and like the foraging here is beautiful and I'm happy that I got to like show a little bit more Denver girl to the nation. So
What's your personal story with food? Like, how did you, sort of fall in love with this, and how did it become a passion for you? And what made you sort of transform it or want to transform it into an art form like we saw you do in the finale?
oh baby, ever since I was little, I mean, if we're gonna get deep here, so my mom, my sister, my aunt, my grandma, all of them, every single one were models, like super like on the cover of models, like whatever. And then I tried to be a model, and they're like, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know about this one. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go make food, like, because that's more my passion. And I just remember my grandma had the most beautiful like blue and white kitchen, and she used to make these meals. So her version of tomato soup was just like canned tomatoes and milk and salt. And I was like, yeah, well, this is cool, but I feel like I could do something a little bit better than this. So I feel like I just food has always been my comfort. Ever since I can remember like my entire life. Like I just remember like even in the darkest times, like if I was curled up in like a comfy blanket, like with a TV show on and like I had like a nice meal in front of me, like that's where my happiness came from. So
And what's your plan moving forward for people watching or fans of the show? How do they follow your food journey and keep up with what you're doing?
oh, absolutely. So you can follow me on Instagram. So my Instagram is WTF Kennedy, and I'm considering changing it to Chef Kennedy Grace, but I've been WTF Kennedy for 10 years, and that's how I've been known from Vine and YouTube and everything. So it'll probably stay the same. I've been posting just new recipes. I'm traveling. I just got married. And
Congratulations.
thank you. And me and my not the same girl that was on the show, someone else. Clarify that part. Me and her bought an RV and we're gonna be traveling around the US and making food videos and we're going to Japan and we're gonna do a lot of really cool things and I'm just really excited to taste the world. So
Well,
follow me.
that's
And
exciting. We'll follow.
I'm
Oh,
opening a restaurant. I am opening up a restaurant.
you are opening a restaurant.
I am. I'm opening up two restaurants.
Where?
So one of them is going to be in San Diego and one of them is going to be in Denver.
All right. We'll
Yeah.
we'll keep an eye out for those. And Kennedy, congratulations on an incredible season and reaching the finale. And thanks for chatting with Gold Derby today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Have a great day.